All right, so just give you a quick idea of what we'll be going over here for these Monday, Wednesday, Friday meetings. So we're gonna kind of go over, today we'll be going over the dynamic warm-up, just going through it briefly so you're aware of it. Make sure you know it. I'm gonna make sure we get this dynamic warm-up done before we get onto our calls Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so you're warmed up, ready to go. Then we'll be going over 3 movements each call, 1 upper body, 1 lower body, and 1 core movement, and that'll be about it. So come to these calls, when we get on Wednesday, have your dynamic warm-up done, so we can get right into the 3 movements. All right, we got Johnny there. All right, so starting with the dynamic warm-up, okay? We're just gonna go through this briefly. Normally we'd be doing 10 to 12 reps. This first one, no money. Okay, but we'll just be doing about 3 to 4 each, just to kind of go through them as a refresher with a mini warm-up. Okay, no money's making sure you're keeping those elbows in and arms, elbows at 90 degrees. Okay, going out as far as you can. Again, if you got any pain of these, just back off on the rotation a little bit. Don't go as far. And progressively work so you're getting further and further each time you do these. Okay. Again, if you have kind of any problems keeping those elbows in, if your elbows are coming away from your body as you're going out, okay, try not to go out as far or roll up a little towel, okay, to hold against your side, and try not to let that towel drop. Okay, next one up, funky chickens. Hands on your lower back. Okay, and you'll just try to touch those elbows together, standing up nice and tall, good body position. Okay, next one, down dog to runner's lunge. Starting in that plank position. Take it to down dog, trying to get those heels into the ground, hips up nice and high, press that chest in the floor, and then out to runner's lunge. That foot to the outside of the hand. And then back up, and alternate to the other side. Okay? Good. Next one up, our goal post. Arms at 90. We're gonna bring those hands down while keeping those arms at 90 degrees. Okay, again, going down just as far as you can. Again, there shouldn't be any pain here. All of these nice, slow and controlled, dynamically moving these muscles here. Keeping those arms at 90, we'll go to our chest flies. Back, squeeze the arms and elbows together. As you come back, reach back. So we're stretching out the chest here, contracting the back. As we come in, stretch out the back, contract the chest. All right. Next one up, runner's lunge with a rotation. So we start in that plank position. We're going to take that foot to the outside of the hand, elbow down to the ground, and then reach up and open up, and then back down. Rotate to the other side, elbow down, and open up. Good, Chase. Good job. All right, next one, those double arm swings. Okay, we're going up into that position 11 here. Open it up, reaching up high. As you come down, reach back, get that shoulder extension, and up. Again, as you do these, always focus on that body position. We don't want to come up and arch that back. Head stays forward. Back stays nice and flat here as we're swinging those arms. Okay, again, a lot of swimming is focused on keeping a nice core. Okay, well, we can move those arms. W to streamline to lat stretch. We'll lean over to one side, then we'll go back down. Elbows into your pocket. Streamline, good tight streamline. Lean it over and back down. As you lean, really open up that side here. Get that stretch all the way down that lat. Good streamline, come back down to the other side. Good, next one here, we'll stay in that streamline. We're gonna do a forward lunge, lean back and up. Good, from the side here, as we lunge forward, you're staying up nice and tall, good body position. Once you lunge, then you're gonna lean back and come back up to standing. You really want to make sure you separate these movements here so we're not lunging and going down at the same time. Okay, but rather lunge, stretch, back up into standing. Okay, and that into our 4-count mountain climbers. These ones get the heart rate up a little bit, get the shoulders fired up a little more, and get the legs going. So remember, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. All right, and then we go right into our back slaps, just like Michael Phelps. Try to keep these arms in one plane. Don't lean forward as you come back, just to try to keep these arms up. Stand up nice and tall, keep these arms up here. Okay, we don't want to go low. And our last one, those monkey arms. Side to side as you come up. This hand is going behind your head, almost like you're trying to tap your shoulder bird back there, up to the other side. Good. All right, let's get into our 3 movements here. First one, we'll start with upper body. We're gonna go through the push-up. All right, a couple things here as we get on the ground. First one, to think about our hand placement here. We're gonna want our hands right under our shoulders with the inside of our elbows facing forward. Okay, that way, so when we come down, we can take those elbows straight back, keep them tucked into our side. Okay, last thing we want to do as swimmers is put extra strain on those shoulders. Okay, we're either going out too wide, our elbows come out here too wide, putting more strain on our shoulders. Let's use those pec muscles a little bit more, core, along with those shoulders. Okay, from the side here, you'll see my head position. I'm looking down, slightly forward, so I can keep my head in line. You want to think of making your spine nice and straight all the way down to your toes. Okay, so we're not up here, not high hips, we're not sinking the hips. Good body position here. And then as we go down, elbows stay tucked in while staying in a good line. Yeah. So again, 2 things to remember here. Elbows in as you push up and down, slow and controlled, and then a straight line, head down to your toes. Okay, a couple modifications here you guys can do if we can't quite put together 5 to 10 push-ups in a row without having to break them up. Okay, you can do them from your knees. Okay, same standard applies. So if you're going from your knees, okay, keeping that body line nice and straight. We don't want those knees too far in and have that butt stick out. Okay, the other thing you can do if we can't quite put 10 push-ups together is start up. We'll go down slowly, controlled, and then you can get up with your knees or get up however you want, back to starting. So we're working these negative push-ups here, slow, and then you can get up however you want. Okay, those negative push-ups are really good to build that strength really quickly. Be able to put 10 plus push-ups together. All right, any questions on the push-ups? Yeah, Chase. What? Okay, sounds good. Okay, next movement here. Lower body, we got our squats. Okay, with this we're gonna kind of start from the ground up. So we're gonna think about our toe, our feet position. So our feet slightly wider than hips, with our toes slightly pointed out. Okay, we don't need to go too far out, just slightly. Okay, in a good, comfortable power stance. Okay, with those toes out slightly, what that'll help is guide those knees. Okay, keep them in the proper position here. Okay, if we have those feet, toes forward or in slightly, that's gonna bring the knees in. Okay, which is gonna create some problems with the knees. And as we progress up and load them with weight, okay, now it'll cause even more strain on the knees. Okay, so feet slightly wider than hips, toes slightly wider or pointed out. And then we'll sit down into that squat and up. Okay, from the side here, watch my shins as I come down. We're gonna try and keep those shins straight up and down as much as possible. Okay, so that means my weight is gonna be through my heels here. We're gonna be pushing through the heels instead of up here on the toes, getting up. Okay, so my hips are down, shins are up as straight as they can be, and we'll stand up. Okay, with the hips and the chest, okay, really think about dropping the hips down and keeping our hips forward. Okay, so we got our chest up, hips down the whole time. So instead of dropping my chest, raising my hips as I go down. Okay, we don't want our chest pointing towards the floor. So we're here, hips down, chest up, looking straight forward, slightly up as I come up. Okay, again, one more time, down, up. So you have any issues doing these, either you got some pain in the knees, can't quite go down far enough, we can modify that by doing quarter squats, where we're just kind of going down a quarter of the way, progressing up until we can get to 90, and then to full range. Other thing, if you're just limited by mobility, if you can't sit here comfortably for a couple minutes and you're on your toes, okay, and we'll kind of open up the hips a little bit. Some stretches you can do on the couch. Okay, whether you're watching Netflix, YouTube, whatever, instead of just sitting on the couch, you can be working on your mobility. Okay, foot up here on the couch. Okay, leg straight down, leg out at 90 degrees. You're just gonna draw these hips forward a little bit. You'll feel a stretch all the way through the quad, hip flexor, into that core. Okay, you do that both sides for about 30 seconds. The other one you can do is turn around on the couch and put your foot up on that couch, foot and knee on the couch here, and you'll lean forward. You'll feel a stretch all through the glutes. This one, yeah, that's gonna roll away from you. So these ones you guys can do, work all directions, lean over the toes. There you go, Chase. Lean over your toes, lean over your shin, lean over your knee, work all directions there. Yeah, do those anytime you're wanting to sit on the couch. Really open up the the hips. Okay, any questions on the lower body movement on squats? All right, good. Our final movement here for the core, we're gonna go through the sit-up. Okay. Again, basic sit-up we'll be covering today. Any variation we do, streamline sit-ups, okay, feet off the ground, anything we do, same principles are gonna apply here. We're gonna start on the ground. You wanna think about your lower back flat into the ground here, so you can't reach your hands in. So we're gonna have to think about tilting those hips back and sucking that belly button into the floor. Okay, this position I'm in with my head in line here is the same position I want to get up in. So with our hands off to the side, okay, we don't want to behind our head. As soon as we put it behind our head, okay, that's cramping on my neck. That's going to create a lot of neck and back issues and just not good body position for swimmers. So remember, swimmers, we really always think about good body line here, and that starts with our head all the way through to our feet. Okay, so as we come up, we're going to keep that head in line, looking forward and slightly up. And as we come down, keeping that back as straight as we can. Up. We want to avoid the tendency to kind of roll those shoulders, roll that back. As we come down, kind of coming down slowly. So we'll come up, straight body line, and then come down in that same body position. Okay, do a couple more here. Really focus on that flat back. Keeping your head in position here. And just keep your hands on the side of your head, either touching your ears, touching your side of your head. Just make sure we're not grabbing that neck. Okay, one more. And down. All right, good. Okay, so remember, important things to think about on the sit-up. Okay, that back flat, we want to try and come straight up and straight down, not cranking that neck, okay, but looking up and slightly forward. All right, any questions on the sit-up? So again, those same principles are going to apply to all variations of sit-ups we do, whether we're in streamline, feet off the ground, anything like that. Okay, so we're going to kind of finish up here today with what we're going to be going over on Wednesday. So next up, on Wednesday, our 3 movements, we're going to go over inverted rows, we're going to go over roll-ups, and a hollow body hold for the core. Okay, a little bit on the inverted rows, so you're prepared on Wednesday. We'll send out an email about it with a little bit more information. But inverted rows, so essentially you're on your back and you're holding onto something that you can pull yourself up off the ground using your upper body, your back, your arms. Okay, and that can be anything. If you go under your chair or under your table, I guess you could use a chair too. If you go under your table, grab your table here and pull yourself up, keeping your body in line. Okay, trying to lift your whole body off, keeping your feet, heels into the ground. Okay, trying to pull that table towards you. Something else you can do, if you got a broomstick, a pole, something you can put between 2 chairs. Okay, pull yourself up and down. If you got TRX bands, you can hook on the door, rings, something you can pull yourself up on. If you got weights at home, you can set up the bar on your squat rack nice and low, so you can grab that bar laying on the ground, pull yourself up. Okay, we'll send out some videos about that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And we'll go through those on Wednesday. Okay, so again with these movements on Monday, Wednesday, Friday when we meet, we're just going to be going through these basic movements, and then I'll be posting a workout that incorporates these 3 movements. We'll post it to the YouTube channel, so make sure if you haven't done it already, go to the website, commit to the Dryland sessions, so you can get access to the YouTube videos. Okay?